Hey guys, it's TheCardists and welcome back. As you can see, I have got a brand new camera. I actually went out and purchased the Canon 700D purposely for this channel. I thought if I've got 21,000 subscribers, I need to buck up my ideas and grab a new camera. So as you can see, today I'm reviewing in my deck wall the Fontaines versus the Virtuoso. So I do have the other Virtuoso, but I'm only going to be using the blue Fontaines versus the Virtuoso Launch Edition. My red Fontaines isn't open, but I've actually had to go on the Card Freak 1707. Check him out, such a great guy. Make sure if you're coming to the gathering, let me know. I am so excited to meet you guys, so let me know. Let's just shine into this and let's have a look at the Virtuosos first. Okay, so let's get straight into this. Now, as you can see, the Virtuoso deck is actually a beautiful deck of cards. You can see on the front, it's a very simplistic box design. There's not like a lot going on with this, so it's not really hard to really talk about. You can see what they've done is they've got their logo just there with a V. As you can see, the shapes there that just go around the whole way. On the side, it has Virtuoso Launch Edition. With the bottom it has Virtuoso and it has like the copyright, and this deck was actually made in 2013. Along with some more information on this, it's a limited edition deck. There was actually 3 decks that have been out. There is the summer edition and there is a new edition that's came out. It's by the Verts. They're basically a few guys in Singapore. They are amazing at cardistry, flourishing, and this deck was actually made in 2003. You can see it has their logo on the side as well, and it has V for Virtuoso, and you can see they got the whole way around, and it's just an absolutely beautiful tuck case. You can see it's actually made just by shapes, and if you pop the tab, it's white inside, so that's a bit disappointing, but you can see it just says there, if I can get that to focus, there you go, it says designed for the art of card flourishing, and you can see it's an absolutely beautiful tuck case. Very simple, very simplistic, but that can always win. So let's have a look at the blue Fontaines. Okay, so let's get on with the blue Fontaines. So as you can see, the whole way around, you can see it just has this nice, very simple feel to it. It's not got a lot going on, but you can see on the front it has Supreme Me Back, it has Fontaine, and it has playing cards. Now this was a deck actually made by Zach Mueller. You may know him of Theory 11. He has quit there now, but there is actually 3 editions to the deck. There is the red edition, that was the first one that came out on Indiegogo. There was 2,500 printed of this deck. Then there was the blue edition, and then there's also coming out that's already funded on Kickstarter is the black Fontaines. So there is actually a lot of editions for these. It was actually printed, this one was printed in 2014, and it obviously the Indigo, this red one was actually, the first one was Indiegogo, USPCC or USPCC. There is a lot more information if you go on the blue Fontaines or Fontaines Cards website. But you can see on the side it has distributed by Fontaine Finesse, Los Angeles, California, made in the USA, and it has 1 of 5,000 decks, and then you can see it actually has there, if I can get that to focus, let's get this to focus for you. Let's have a look. And it says first edition blue, and it says Fontaines Cards designed by Zach Mueller, and you can see it's exactly the same on the other side. It says Fontaines on top with an ace of spades saying Fontaines there. White inside, no reveal, very simple box, and basically he actually created this on Photoshop just with a font. I can't remember, I'm not recording it, but you can actually download the free font how he made this. So very, very nice. But let's have a look what it's like inside the Virtuoso deck. Okay, so let's get on with what we get with this deck, the Virtuosos. Now, as you can see, you don't actually receive any jokers. You receive 4 advertisement cards about the deck, the designed and who's behind Virtuosos from the Vert. So a little message about what they've said, and like the Virtuoso, just basically what the deck is. So like what the name is, so the Virtuoso Launch Edition. So really, really nice there. And what I like is actually if you lay them out, what they've done is printed them in a certain way. If you lay them out, it actually forms a massive picture of the back design, and I think that is brilliant. I think that's a nice little concept they've used, and trust me, it's absolutely amazing. I think it's so nice what they've done there. No issues there. Okay, we'll just zoom that in. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the deck itself. So as you can see the whole way through, it's an absolutely beautiful custom, 100% custom deck of cards. You can see even with the Ace of Spades, it has right in the center there, Virtuoso Launch Edition. Okay, Launch Edition, and you can see that it has a nice custom pips, and it's been made out of shapes, and what I like is all the different shapes, the triangles, and you can see in the center it has Virtuoso Launch Edition. Beautiful, beautiful. And then you can continue with the 2, the 3, you can see it's just standard pips, the ones they just basically curve them off so the spades are more rounded. And then you get to the Royalty, and as you can see they look like basically Ferraris. I'll zoom out here. As you can see the Royalty look like Ferraris, they're very, very like high quality, very, very nice there. You can see they're very abstract, very smooth, like the shapes they've used to form them, with the faces on them, absolutely amazing. You can see with the hearts as well, they look like Ferraris, they look like Lamborghinis, they look like really, and then you get the hearts that are very chunky, and then you get a normal heart there, and you can see the clubs are just like these spades, with the normal spades there, and then you get the same with the diamonds, with just chunky diamonds. But all round a very, very nice deck indeed. But how does the Fontaine's deck hold out? Okay, so let's have a look at the blue Fontaine's deck. So as you can see, it has this really, really nice back design with the white thin border with the F and the F there that just gives it this really, really nice, simplistic. So if you're doing flourishing with this deck, it will be very nice. It's very simplistic, and as Andrew actually quoted, simplistic is maybe better. He said in his basically cardistry decks, if the deck's simple, it just is more better for him as well, and that's what I agree with. It also comes with a few things. It comes with a blank card that's also useful for Magic. And then you receive a card that says Fontaine's coming soon with a black background, and obviously he brung out on Kickstarter the black edition. Then you can see it has Fontaine, so it just has the name Fontaine's there, just for the Jokers, and it has F and F for Joker, so absolutely nice, no issues there, just very simple. But I don't know why the deck is so expensive if the deck itself is so simple. And maybe you would agree. I'll just turn the light down so you can actually see, because you can't see them on the table for some reason. That's better. Okay, then you get the Ace of Spades. You can see it has, let me turn this up, boom, boom, there you go. It has a nice Ace of Spades. It has Fontaine, they've just gone straight through the Ace. It has Fontaine, not really a lot to say there, that's literally what it is, so yeah. Then you can see the rest of the pips are just standard, no issues there, just standard bicycles. Would have hoped if they were a bit more custom, but you can see Jack Queen Royalty, just normal, with the rest of the pips the whole way through are just standard. Same with the clubs as well, and even the same with the rest of them. It's just basically a standard deck of cards, just with a custom back, with a custom ace. And by the way, that disappoints me a little bit. But let's have a look at the Virtuoso deck for handling. Okay, before I get into that, I forgot to show you the background, the back design of the Virtuosos. As you can see, it has a very, very thin border, and you can see in the center it has like this circle with just the shapes around the outside. It is a mirrored back, just like the Fontaines, and it's a very, very just simplistic back design with the shapes. You can see it's just triangles and a circle. 2 of them are red and 4 of them are black, and the circle is black as well. So when you get into the fanning with this deck, as you can see, I have had this deck for quite a long time, since 2003, and you can see, sorry, 2013, and you know it is actually clumping, but what do you expect for a deck that I have had and played with for quite a long time. We can even do riffle shuffles with this deck. There is no issues with riffle shuffling, even cuts as well. This deck has been going for so long, and you can see even if you want to do flourishing, it can do it as well, so very, very nice. You can also do just a normal fan. You can see like a reverse fan, and you can actually see all the pips, and that is a bonus there, so no issues there. We can also do a spring. This deck springs very well. And also we can do a dribble. There's no problem with a dribble there. And we can also do just a normal double lift with a standard colour change. Just even a Charlier cut is possible with this deck. And also even doing a card production is easy as well. We can even do a ferro. You can see doing a ferro is no problem. And then performing a giant fan is the same. No issues there, but it is clumping a little bit, so maybe that's a downsider, but what do you expect for a deck that have been playing with for quite a long time? But let's have a look at the Fontaines for handling. Okay, so let's have a look at the Fontaine's deck's handles. So as you can see, it just dribbles very, very nicely. No issues there. Even springing with the deck, it has no problems. Goes from one hand to the other, and I haven't seen any issues with just the springing of the deck. You can even see doing just a standard fan is possible. Just as you can see with the nice back design, it gives it just this really nice look. I've had this deck not as long as the Virtuosos, but it is holding out a lot better. That's just me, but I haven't played with the Fontaines as much, that's probably why. You can even see just doing a riff shuffle is easy, even cuts in the hand, and fanning as well. We can do a Charlier cut, even a card production, and if you feel like it, you can do a double lift and a colour change. So that's what I like with this deck, that you can actually do multiple things with this, and also it's good because it has a nice thin border, a lot thinner than the Virtuosos, so it just makes for a nicer fan. So even when we do a Ferro, okay, and you can see we do a giant fan, it's a little bit clumpy, but I prefer the Virtuosos all over because for like the giant fanning. But all round, it's a very, very nice deck of cards. Now, you guys have probably guessed which one has actually won this deck war. It's only due to the fact of the way I think it's a little bit more put into it. I know it's not as simple, but I think I like it. And it has to be, the winner has to be the Virtuosos. The only reason I'm saying they've won is just because of the quality of them, the handling, the amount of time they've lasted me, and overall I think the Fontaines is a bit overrun because it's just with a deck with an F on it, and a lot of people, Zach Miller's a great guy, but I think a lot of people are paying ridiculous amounts of money for this. Virtuosos for £10 a deck is a lot more worth it than the red Fontaines that's going for 50. That's sold out at the moment. But thanks so much for this video. I like to do this video. I'm going to test this video out in my back garden in like with the black. I'm going to test it in the studio in the back of my garden, basically in a shed. So basically I'll do that again with this new camera. But what did you think? Tell me what you think of the camera. Did you like the video? If so, give it a like just down there. Click subscribe just up there, and check out previous video just up there. That's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next one. Goodbye.